Yeah, that works. Oh, look at us.
Oh, shit.
Look at this. This iPhone is good, man. Let's see. I could have wrote something in there, but they'll figure it out. They'll know. They'll know. Maybe these microphones and headsets will tip it off that we're doing something.
I got the blue one. Cool.
Yeah. Gendered headphones, y'all. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm just because blue is my favorite color.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, really.
Primary blue? Like.
Nah, robin's egg blue.
Why did I have to ask? What's up, Gola? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. We're just getting started here on WTMC Live 215. We're going to do the official intro in just 1 second while we get everything set up. Who else we got up in here? Satoyo! What up, boy? What's going on? Thanks for dropping in. I'm here with fellow comedian Malakiah Ayres, who every single time, I've known you for over a year now, and I still inside call you Malika, and I'm really sorry fine. About it. It's never gonna come out, but every time.
It can. My name's been messed up so many times. People actually call me that,
But to be fair, it's spelled that way.
It's spelled Malakiah, but yeah.
Yeah, so I just, this is great. We're going to have a little comedians reunion up in here in a bit. We can bring... And hello. It's 8 p.m. here on WTMC Live 215. It's your girl, Nicole Phoenix, a.k.a. So Extra. It's Monday. It's 8 p.m. So you already know what that means. It means we are here for So Extra 215 radio show. And I have a special guest for y'all in the studio today by the name of Malakiah Ayres, fellow comedian, performer, black nerd, yes. I would say gaming aficionado, anime connoisseur, black Twitter god. I think we'll also put that in this. Really funny guy. Say hi to everybody, Malakiah.
Hey, what's going on, everybody out there in Radio Land and on Facebook Live?
Okay, this coaching, so you didn't get to see the coaching session that I did beforehand when I asked you to get your old school R&B jazz DJ voice together, and it sounds good.
Oh, thank you.
You smooth out here, like some Cavazier.
I call it Courvoisier, but...
Oh boy. Okay, so we are 2 seconds in. Thank y'all so much for tuning in today. It's been a while. I skipped out on our last airing because I had a huge festival going on this last week. And I was just like, I think I'm asleep. That's terrible work ethic. Don't be like me. Don't be like me. Don't sleep. Don't eat. Just get things done. But thank y'all so much for joining us online and on Facebook. If you're listening and you want to see these beautiful brown faces in front of you, you should head on over to Facebook. And you should like WTMC Live 215, and you'll be able to get a visual as well as the audio. Either way, it's really dope. So you're winning. So Malakiah, every time I have a new person on the show, I just like to let people know exactly who they're going to be kicking it with for the next hour. Do you want to tell people who you are, what you do, and like how they can find the dope stuff that you do?
Well, as I said and your host said earlier, my name is Malakiah. I'm a Philly-based comic, half Trinidadian, so Caribbean in me. Shout out to all the Caribbeans out there.
I was going to bring you a red stripe.
Oh, man.
That's the other intro I forgot to give you, which was West Indian Uncle.
Oh, yes, I definitely... Oh, God.
You are. That's you.
Sometimes I feel like a dad because how hard I work for my nieces and nephews.
You just walk inside and put your hands on your hips and just look around.
I've done that. Suck my teeth.
Just look around. Like, are you hungry? I'm fine. Like, what is wrong with you? Sit down somewhere.
I knew I was in it for life when my oldest nephew graduated middle school and was going to high school, and I cried at the graduation.
No!
I was that uncle they were like, please keep it down. I was like, yeah.
Absolutely not. I thought she was gonna say, and then I handed him a job application. Like, oh no! Just congratulations, son. Here you go. You know what it is. What's up, Lindo? Lindo Jones, thank you so much for watching. Great poet here in the city says, sleep is needed for self-care to get work done. Yes, I'm 100% on board with this. There's something that I just learned about, which was it was called like a nap ministry. And I was like, let's talk about, have you heard about this?
Yes.
So I just heard it and I was like, we will Google later. I didn't give it any more time because I was ripping and running, but I was like, what are you talking about? And it's basically like, do you know more about it than I do? Or have you just heard the term?
If we're talking about the same thing, I think you're talking about the Book of Sleep.
Okay, let's talk about it.
It's shout out to Killer Mike. It's he starts a religion kind of, and it's based in sleep, because the studies show that when you sleep, when you wake up and you're well rested, you're just more attentive, you're more receptive to everything. So they kind of hold church services and then they take naps and then they wake up, and it's actually pretty cool.
I'm here for all of that. I'm here for a nap ministry, especially being wintertime. It's actually really warm today, but like my idea of like a great party, the only party type of like thing or function I'm gonna go to until spring is like, hey, come over, bring a pillow and a blanket and your coloring books. And we're gonna make hot chocolate and take naps. I'd be like, yes, let's do all of that. But like going out, I can't.
My favorite album is called I Don't Like Stuff, I Don't Go Outside, so I 100%.
Whose album is that?
Earl Sweatshirt. West Coast rapper.
Nice. Shout out to who is that? That's Future?
Yeah.
OF?
Technically, they're still
technically. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're gonna look more into that. I'm always tired. But as millennials, I just threw them air quotes super early. What's up, Eric Yates? And what's up, Alejandro Morales? Thanks for checking in. All this, I told you it's gonna be like the comedians. Every radio show is gonna be like, check in my comment section to find the hottest acts in the city. Real shit. So, yeah, what were we talking about? I'm sorry.
The Book of Sleep.
The Book of Sleep. So, okay, this is what I was saying. As like millennials, we feel like we have to do everything all the time. And if you're not being productive for like 30 seconds, I just always, anytime I'm relaxing and not doing anything, I hear like Dame Dash yelling at me.
That's a harsh person to have yelling at you.
I don't know if anybody else, or I hear Diddy just snickering at me like, this bitch wanna take a nap. She want to go to the store and get some hot Cheetos. Like,
did you see how he checked Lee Daniels?
Yeah, that was beautiful and amazing.
It was. He deserved it.
It was great. So I think this whole self-care thing is really important concept, I think, for us to learn as people. But it's just hard. Like, when you're Black, I don't know. I'm going to talk about my own experience. Like, having grandparents who, like, grew up in the Depression, who like, fought for civil rights, it's very hard for me to sometimes justify, like, not wanting to go to work. It's weird. It's weird.
I'm Caribbean, so, like, they had to tell me that I had to take these days off or I would lose it.
Oh, you were one of those use it or lose it who was just like, you're not allowed on the premises. We legally can't have you here until you take some days off.
A week before, they pulled me in the office a week before I was going to lose it. I was like, look, Malachi,
you can't come here
anymore. You got
anymore.
to take a vacation.
Get out of here. We are always just upholding stereotypes every day. So I know one of your things, you're very into gaming and you're very into like anime and things of that nature. So anything you want to like, that's the question I was said. So I told Malachi earlier that I was going to introduce a new segment called What Are You Watching on Netflix? I'm going to come up with something a little snappier. I'm going to come up with something a little more punny. But like in terms of like stuff that you think people should watch. Like if there was someone who was like, I'm not really into anime.
Okay.
And just give them like a short list of like, all right, watch this.
Okay. If you aren't into anime and you're a dude for the most part.
So we're gendering this right from the beginning. Okay. All right. No, it's going to be great. It's good. Go ahead.
Generic dude, One Punch Man usually gets, because it's action-packed as hell and you don't really have to think. So it's like, oh man, this is good. It's really deep, but on the surface it's pretty.
So it tricks you into getting into the storyline. I love shows like that.
Yeah.
I love things that I'm like, but then I'm just like, wait a minute. Okay. And then it kind of like sucks you in. Mm-hmm. You said it's called One Punch Man?
Yeah.
All right. One Punch Man.
And a shoujo anime. Well, you can just Sailor Moon it. I'd say Sailor Moon.
Just for the aesthetics alone, like just for the looks.
Not the old Sailor Moon.
The new one?
Sailor Moon.
Whoa! I didn't even know that was a thing.
Okay, yeah. So
I used to watch Sailor Moon getting ready for school.
Me too. Me
too.
But the old Sailor Moon in English, right? They changed so much that it didn't make sense by the time they got to the third season, so they just had to end it. The new Sailor Moon is the complete show that, like, the lady who made the show designed it to be, so it's everything. So the whole thing, there's the two gay Sailor Scouts, there's the 70-year-old one who doesn't age and flew up. But yeah, it's very good.
All right, I'll check that out. I'll check it out only if it's on Hulu or Netflix because I'm a bit limited.
Yeah.
I'm a bit limited. Is there anything? I say this especially because it's wintertime and I'm spending a lot of time inside, and I have a lot of hours to fill when I'm not at work or at a gig because that's the only time I'm outside of the house. So, is there anything you're watching right now, like a movie that you watched recently where you're like, yo?
Okay, so TV show I just watched and I'm trying to put everybody on the Steven Universe.
Oh yeah, I love Steven Universe.
Me too.
I haven't been able to see the thing. I keep asking people to see if I could like watch their cable. So I just drop it into casual conversation. Like, what you watching on TV?
Same.
Be like, oh no, I haven't seen that one because I don't have cable, and I just look at them like sad.
I just want
I hope they be like, you could just come to my house.
I just want to talk about the season finale with people. It was so good.
Okay, I'll catch up as soon as it becomes. No, I'll go on like Daily Motion or something like that.
Yes, it's all on.
And watch it. I'm just
Please.
always afraid that it's gonna give my computer a virus. Because I feel like it's 2004. I interact with the internet very much like I am an old person. So I'm just like, I don't want to go on there. I don't know. I don't want to get a virus.
It's not LimeWire. You're not gonna.
I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, it's basically LimeWire. It's as far as I know.
So is Spotify technically, but oh man, you'll be fine. Just Steven Universe.
I think they think you're Andrew Thomas. That's hilarious. Do you want to tag Andrew Thomas in this video?
Man.
Let me find out. So for those, you won't be able to see this, but I can see it because it's my Facebook Live. It has this facial recognition technology, and you'll find sometimes that you won't even tag anybody, but you post a photo, and it's like, do you want to tag so-and-so? So now they're doing with live video, which is horrifying. Like, this is really scary. And Facebook asked me if I wanted to tag a different black comedian. That's hilarious. That's so funny.
Who is also of Caribbean descent.
He is. So y'all racial profiling. We'll talk about this later, Facebook. That is wild. That is really crazy. No, I don't want to tag Andrew, but what's up to Andrew?
Right.
Another funny dude. So Sam, you think we should go to music break? Just a quick music break and then come back? So we're going to take a little break. We're going to listen to some jams provided by Jam and Sam on the ones and the twos. And then we'll be back very shortly to do News and Nonsense. If you haven't heard News and Nonsense, it's my favorite segment in the whole wide world. That's where I take all the trash from the internet and I just dump it in one big pile. And I save it for Mondays. And we're going to dig through that trash pile. And we're going to find some news and some nonsense and some stuff that's in between. So we'll be right back in just a second. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll be back soon.
Oh, man, I wanted to suggest Toradora for people, but it's going to be too long an explanation.
I mean, we have time. We have 45 whole minutes. You think it's going to take up a whole hour to explain one television show?
No, it's just if you're not into anime,
okay,
it's fully in Japanese, but it's a romance, but it's my favorite anime of all time.
So the issue that I have with watching things in a foreign language is that I'm very ADD, so I'm not always looking at the screen when I'm watching something, so I'm probably writing emails and posting on Facebook and paying my toes at the same time. So it's just like, I do all those things, so it's really hard for me to do anything with a subtitle. Because I'm going to be missing chunks.
Same,
a lot of chunks.
But it just told me to pick up on the Japanese language
Or you could just teach yourself Japanese. You could just
I
teach
wish
yourself.
I did. I've learned repetition. You'll hear a lot of words pop up a lot if you watch a lot of anime in Japanese, and then you'll recognize words or phrases. Yeah.
Cognitive.
Yep. So that's kind of how it happened.
Cool. That's awesome. I mean, I guess that's true because I'm more comfortable watching something in Spanish than like other languages that I'm not more like that I'm less familiar with. What's that? Something that's... Did the music just come on? That's hilarious. I don't know.
I'm new here. I don't know how this goes.
You're fine. We're just having a good time. And this is the list of links that I sent myself over the past because I was off for 2 weeks. Oh, great.
Both of them. Not that guy.
Damn, that's so upsetting. I'm not gonna stop eating fried. I just had Popeyes yesterday, so. Oh, Alyssa Alduki. Hey, boo. I'm so late. I'm so super late. You're the reason why. That make me feel good. Woo.
Okay. It's starting to feel like.
You're so beautiful.
It's starting to feel like a cookout / I have to clean my house now.
These are always the vibes. WCMC Live 215.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You're so beautiful.
I'm surprised I did that.
And we are back. Thanks so much for tuning in. You are listening to WTMC Live 215. It's your girl, Nicole Phoenix, a.k.a. So Extra. And you are listening to So Extra 215 radio show. And with me in the studio today, I have special guest, Malakiah Ayres. Hey, welcome back, Malachi.
Hey.
We've been sitting together this whole time. just a little radio magic.
I feel like I should say my Instagram name.
Oh, do it.
It's Mortality Kills. Mortality /kills.
Yes, it really does. At first, I thought it was morality. And I was like, wow, you're making a big statement right there. That's like a guy who thinks he's a philosopher on Tinder with that would be his.
Tinder?
Yeah. Well, actually, OkCupid. I'm not on dating apps anymore. I'm sorry, y'all. You're not gonna find me out there. But for a minute, I was on OkCupid, and yeah, it would be a dude who would have a screen name like morality, like that, like just something very like paradoxical. And then he would just lift 87 books that he's read this year.
I want to date that right now that I forgot to delete because it's
exactly the plot on Divorce Court, by the way.
I
just want you to know.
Listen. It's a new dating app, and I went to it because how you match with people is you have it's a mutual hate of things. So you go through like I hate this. So I was like, that sounds amazing. I just want to see
that's great.
Right. I just like I wonder who I link up with.
That's amazing. I actually probably would. That's fun. That's really fun.
Exactly. I just want to see. I was like, all right, this seems fun.
But, I mean, that's with the general understanding that most people are good. But then I just think about, like, all the terrible things it might bring out. Like, black people, like, no! Like, that's not good. Like, just... Like, you also hate them. Let's go for coffee. So I think maybe they have some sort of filter where it's like maybe you can't hate like groups of ethnics. I hope that's ethnic groups. I didn't mean to say it like that. That sounded really bad. That sounded really problematic.
Trying to get rid of a few groups of ethnics.
No. We won't be doing any of that. So you were on it, but it was just for like, just because you wanted to see how the app worked.
Yeah, I literally messed around with it for 2 minutes and then forgot to delete it.
And then Did you get a message? Did you get a ping or anything? Like, you have a match. Or some girl was like, I too hate Tyler Perry. No, I don't know what your hates
That,
are.
no, that was one of the things.
Damn,
Yeah,
I would have secretly... Steve Harvey would have been on there. He would have been at the top of my list. Taylor Swift would have been on there.
I've hated her forever. And it's
Crocs would have been on
like
there.
her.
Yeah.
Crocs is so comfortable.
I know, but I just feel like they carry an agenda. And I'm not with it. I'm not with it. I'm not with the Crocs agenda. Not at all.
The Crocs agenda.
I just say things like that because even something as like benign as saying something like that, somebody be like, "How dare you? Crocs saved my life." I'm like, all right, chill.
Right.
Okay, news and nonsense. That's the segment we started 18 minutes ago. Maybe we should get into it. So, Malachi, you might not be familiar with the segment, but just to introduce it to our listeners and everyone else, I am fake woke. I know. I'm fake woke. I'm not up on everything that's going on in the world. It's much too much for me, and I just be trying to get to work and like pay my bills and maybe get a cute outfit from Forever 21. And so it's very hard to digest all of the things that are coming across your screen and everywhere else, like from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep. So what I stopped doing was yelling in my phone and cussing out people in my comments. And decided just like, I'll take these little articles and I'm going to save them for Monday and we're going to digest this information in a healthy, safe environment. And so that's where News and Nonsense was born. And I always encourage guests, like if there's a story or if there's something that you saw that you really want to get into, please let me know and we'll certainly look it up. And once we go over a story, we'll figure it out. Is it news? Is it nonsense? Is it somewhere in between? And I'm going to start with, no, I'm not going to start with that. I'm not going to, there's certain things.
The blackest way to start.
Yeah. Oh, on Black History Month. We didn't even say Happy Black History Month. Oh my gosh. I'm like really, Happy Black History Month. Yeah, we're going to start all the way from the beginning.
I'm going to start this Black History Month off with a hot take. I think I can beat MLK on the court. I believe so. I'll shut him down. That's all I'm saying. Happy Black History Month though. Shouts to the guy, MLK.
Cool. So, and this is why I need people like him on, because I don't say things like that make people angry. People are like, she actually has a really good point. Like, that's a valid observation, Nicole. Like, that's the shit I say. And other people get to say things like that. So you think you would dust MLK on the court? Are we talking like a professional court? We talking like,
don't matter. How tall is?
Like,
how tall is?
I'm gonna say he looked like he was 5'10". I don't know. How tall was Martin? So you're gonna go on Wikipedia?
I'm gonna find out how tall he is.
While you're researching that, I'll just move on down to one of my first stories, which was very exciting to me, and we can get into whether this is news and nonsense, but this just came out on Philly Mag that their first Centris City, Philadelphia marijuana dispensary opens Thursday. So that was last week, because this story came out last week. So...
Oh, he was 5'7", by the way.
Oh, okay, but he looked tall.
Of course, because he had a presence.
Tall. It was the suits. I think it was also the suits. And everybody was just small back then. Like, everybody was just happened to be... Okay, so we're going by height. He was 5'8". That's my height. That's my height. But, like... He might be. The great thing about black people is that we're so multi-talented. I love watching like documentaries or like seeing, like reading a book, and it's just like, also Langston Hughes has a mean crossover. You'd be like, what? Right. Like, I had no idea. Mahalia Jackson also made a mean pecan pie, also was a fine artist. Like, just stuff like that.
Mary McLeod Bethune also brewed beer.
Also, like,
had a mean stout.
So talented, so talented. Anytime I meet a black person, I'm like, what else do you do? Like, I know you do this, but like, what else do you do? I know you do some other stuff. Just, I sing, I dance, I act, I'm a chef. I'd be like, yep, that's it right there. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Center City's first medical marijuana dispensary is set to open its doors for business Thursday morning. So that would have been last week. Beyond Hello, so it's Beyond/Hello, the retail arm of the multi-state Franklin Group. This is all millennial bullshit. What is this even? Okay, I'm sorry. will open at 9 a.m. at 12th and Sansom Streets. Patients and caregivers with valid medical marijuana cards issued by the state of Pennsylvania will be allowed to purchase cannabis flower, vaping oils, and cartridges, tinctures, topical creams, and pills. And this is, whoa.
That's right by...
it's a lot of people up in here. It looks like a, oh wow, it looks like a coffee shop. That's really cool. It looks really big, yeah. It looks
more like a hair salon.
You think like a hair salon?
A white hair salon downtown.
A white beauty supply.
Yeah.
Just AKA Ulta. Which is the I love me some Ulta. But Ulta is the white, what's the other one? Sally Beauty.
I don't go in them. They don't have anything for me. So
what is Sally Beauty?
Or any of the white.
First of all, they sell do-rags. No, Sally Beauty be up on it. They have
do-rags?
They sell do-rags. And they have a range of clippers for you.
Clippers or?
Well, I don't know. They're wall. Like, they're good clippers. They're good clippers. I don't know. I've never gotten a fade in my life. But I know they got clippers. I know they got clippers in there.
They probably got walls.
So you can.
Trash
yeah, it is that. It's those. What's the black man's?
Andis.
Say it again.
Andis.
ANDIS. You see, you should have looked into the camera and let them.
Andis clippers are the clippers of black men.
You better get that endorsement. You better get that endorsement. You better do that.
When I get my haircut, I use Andis clippers.
He's like, I don't know. 50 Cent's little brother was on there talking about. Talking about. Meek Mill cousin was on here talking about.
So I randomly got an offer the other day to be a Meek Mill impersonator.
Do it. Events. You have to do it. You have to do it. You can certainly, especially if you just like get the facial hair right, wear them glasses he wears, and shiny things, and people will be, yeah.
Then I gotta remember more of his songs.
No, you don't. Because the whole thing about being in Philadelphia is all you have to say is, hold on, wait a minute, and then everybody, including their mama, white ladies, old people, everybody is just gonna be like getting it popping. So that's all you gotta do is show up.
True. True.
And they would just as like, boom, dreams and nightmares. They just play it. So that's the weird thing that I realized that the Super Bowl was not in Philadelphia this year. That's how much I'm into sports. I was just like, oh, it's not here? It's not here?
You and me, listen, I don't watch football.
I let the whole thing go by without knowing. I only knew one team that was actually playing this year. And that was the Atlanta Falcons, right?
No, they weren't playing this year.
Damn. See, I have no idea.
I only know because I post memes about it because they were supposed to do the Sweet Victory song from SpongeBob at the halftime party, but they didn't. So everybody was dragging the Super Bowl and the teams for it.
Who performed at the Super Bowl this year? The halftime show?
Maroon 5 and Travis Scott.
Maroon 5 and Travis Scott. Okay.
Yeah. The lead singer, Maroon 5, let his nipples out.
Adam Levine. Oh, he was shirtless.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that picture was real or not. I saw a picture of him covered in many tattoos. He had like Hebrew and Arabic on his body. I was like, what is happening right now? This is a lot. Like, he had a lot of tattoos. And I just remember him being like a skinny guy. I guess from like when he was back in the day when I was listening to Maroon 5 because they had some certified hits.
They did, undeniable.
Bops. Like I was in my Maroon 5 bag for a minute. That was in those LimeWire days, though. Like legit.
Yeah. Come on now.
So he was shirtless, in the cold. Okay, so we can accept men's nipples. All right, NFL, we got you. Y'all so raggedy. Like, y'all just so ridiculous.
Were they in the cold? Weren't they in, like,
It was in Atlanta. It wasn't in Atlanta? Somewhere Super Bowl was in Atlanta. I don't know if it was particularly... It was coldish everywhere. It was freezing this weekend. I don't know what the temperature was, but... No thanks. This is not your season, white people. I'm sorry. I mean, it is your season, but it's not your season. Like, this is not when you look your best, unfortunately. None of us do, but, like, we got that little bit of melanin to carry us over to, like, May when the sun starts coming out, but it gets very starkly pale. Like, it's very, very alarming for me to see all that skin in one, like, woo, all right, put some on. That's a lot. Cool. So he was at the Super Bowl. Nice. I never watched.
Super Bowl?
Super Bowl?
That's what it sounded like you were saying.
Super Bowl? The Super Bowl? You just pointed out a speech impediment I never knew I had. So thank you.
As
we're on the radio live. That's okay.
In another bit, let me stop.
So this is cool. I think it's dope that there is a dispensary opening in Center City. I'm a slide. I'm gonna come through just to see what's up. You don't have to out yourself as a cannabis user. That's.
Oh, I don't smoke.
Good for you.
I support my local drug dealers. You know what I mean?
Okay, I don't know what that means. It sounds like you're sponsoring 3 grown men. That's what it sounds like. You just like,
I mean, that's what
coming through and you just give them $5 and be like, yo, put this to the side, man.
Everybody knows somebody. Everyone knows somebody who smokes. You know what I mean? So I might have come through. I'm just saying, that's what we're doing with this white dispensary. We're supporting
$5 and put it in an IRA, my man.
I want to support someone who looks like me.
You're right.
That's why
You're right.
I'm a...
You're right. I'm a slide though. Just because I want to see the privilege for myself. Like I want to get in there. I want to see everything that's going on. I want to see who patronizes the place. So this is the confusing part because I didn't know.
Probably.
Okay, I'm here for it. I'm ready. But like I didn't realize that you could get a medical marijuana card in Pennsylvania. So like all of this is news to me in one fell swoop. I wonder if they have to buzz you in or if you could just walk in.
I feel like
it's a buzzing situation.
Nah, because the buzzing situations are usually in like terrible neighborhoods.
You're right.
So like they're right on Sampson Street. That's near everything.
You're right. But I'm also thinking about like Jewelers Row. Like there's a lot of stores that they won't just let people in. Like they just be like, no, you're good, and they have to like buzz you in. So I was thinking something like that.
Yeah, true.
You know. But I am going to swing on by just to see. Whoa, patients with any of 21 serious medical conditions. 21, that's a pretty help. I could probably hit a couple of those just by, I don't know what they are. Major, they say serious medical conditions, chronic pain, opioid use disorder.
Crohn's disease?
Are eligible. Include and there's a long list. Yeah. Wow, and they telling you exactly what to tell your doctor when you go and see them. That's right. Awesome. Good looking out.
Every black person can just walk in and say we have sickle cell.
Yeah. And then you got PTSD. That's a pretty wide range right there.
Mm-hmm. Multiple sclerosis.
Yeah, there's a couple in there that you might be able to just be like, you say zhuzh it up. Just zhuzh it up. Yeah, you could. And just like take chronic back pain. Like every morning I'm a little tight and just like.
You can get some contacts and play with that glaucoma thing.
Oh,
you know what you're doing.
That's bananas. Hi.
Pizza?
No.
Y'all didn't know what pizza?
I did not know. Thanks.
Oh, okay.
Cool. So for those, you know what? We're just gonna keep soldiering on. We're just gonna keep soldiering on. One day I'm gonna air homie out like live because he's really out of pocket.
That door closed like the door in that scary movie door.
It was the loudest door ever.
Edgar Allan Poe made that door.
So is this news or nonsense that there's a dispensary opening up in Center City?
I mean, it's technically news, but I'd throw that in nonsense.
You don't find it newsworthy?
Yeah.
Okay.
White people capitalizing off marijuana. Oh, crazy.
Right. So that's the big push that I'm looking for is that there's some equity in this marijuana game hitting Philadelphia. Well, I'm gonna separate this out because I feel like with like legalization and when things becoming more commercial, you make it harder for other people who might not be able to get that buy-in to be part of this industry, right? So it's kind of one of those things like you could be taking money out of anybody's pocket, but I know the way those prices are going to be set up, I'm going to just see my homie.
Right. I don't want there to be change.
But yeah, I don't want it to impact my local experience is all I'm saying, or someone's, anyone's.
I was reading somewhere or watching a video, I can't remember. My memory's the worst, but they were saying like in Cali after like the dispensaries came out, like the illegal weed game is getting better and like the weed is getting stronger to compete.
Yeah, stronger and stronger and stronger. Which is not something I necessarily need in my life. Like, none of us do, but yeah, anytime the government says they want their percentage, I'm like, oh, this is gonna go to hell real quick. Real quick. And yes, I did say something anti-government on Facebook, so I might be never mind, I'm gonna let it go. I'm so paranoid.
I'm definitely a black identity extremist.
You gonna be what?
I'm definitely a black identity extremist.
You think?
Yeah,
You think they got a file running on you?
In between memes, I post some wild stuff, some wildly critical stuff.
Oh boy. All right. So one thing we can talk about that's happened really recently is the roll call of Democratic presidential run announcements. So far, we've had the whole Wu-Tang Clan. We've had everybody jump out the gate and say that they...
Every rapper named Azalea.
All the Azaleas.
There's like 15 of them.
The ones on SoundCloud, the ones on Love and Hip Hop, and the two that we actually know of. Everybody is running for president. Right. You might as well throw your hat in. And I think this is really interesting. This is something that Donald Trump has certainly done, which is widen the scope of understanding of what the qualifications were to be president. He is just really, but everybody be like, oh, I could certainly do it. I could do it. Yeah. I could do it. What I need to do, like, it's fine. Bernie Sanders said he's going to run in 2020. I haven't heard a lot of backlash about this. I say good for Bernie. Good for him.
I mean, good for him, but Trump is going to win again.
Don't say that. How could you?
There are 30,000 people running as Democrats.
You're right. It's a really, really big ticket.
Right.
The whole thing is that, I mean, we're in 2019 right now. So many of these names are going to drop off quicker than they arrived. Like, that's just how it ends up. It's usually on the right where there's like 1,800 people on stage coming out for like the presidential run. And the Democrats used to be a lot more, and the DNC hasn't made their official selection, but it's usually a lot more controlled, and like they try to make sure that their candidates are really strong and that, you know, they've really polished. And Republicans just be like, go for it, like just go, just sign up, like it's easy, bro. It's easy, bro.
You hate the minorities and the gays, get out there.
Just do it, like get you a hat. Get you a slogan and just run for it.
Every Republican from now on is gonna get their own hat of a different color to identify their particular brand of racism.
Their particular slogan. Yeah, and we'll get, and that leads me kind of into my next story. Elizabeth Warren is running as well on the Democratic side. Senator Kamala Harris is running on the Democratic side, and I think there's a few handful more that I just haven't kept up with, but it's already started. Like, it's already started talking about the election 2020. It's going to be wild. Who are you hoping? Like, when Trump was elected president, who are you hoping was going to be like, okay, did you automatically say, okay, 2020? Did you automatically just fast forward 4 years and be like, all right, cool. This is gonna be trash. Let's just think forward.
I'm technically a citizen in Trinidad, Tobago, and Antigua.
Nice.
So I'm just a Trinidadian citizen living in America right now.
That's even better, because that's like you get to watch a basketball game that you don't have any stake in. Like you get to
I'm like, oh, what y'all doing today?
So what's your pick? Like what's your spread looking like? So. Just looking at it from purely like observational, like I live here, but this is not my jam.
Yeah.
Did you have thoughts about when Trump was elected, what the next 4 years were going to look like?
Oh yeah, I assumed they'd be trash, like they kind of are now. But you know what I mean? Like I didn't have any high hope for, because I've always said Trump seems like a crackhead uncle, willing to say anything to get into your house. And the problem with that is...
Sure will. And then he's not going nowhere.
The problem with that is most people haven't had a crackhead uncle steal their TV. So you got to go through the experience to learn.
That you just can't let him in the house. My mom said you can't come in.
Right.
And they always come around when ain't nobody home. Right. Like, my mom said I wasn't allowed to open the door.
Make sure it's 1:30 knowing your mom at lunch.
Knowing she at work. No, she at work and I just got home from school.
Malachi, where your mom at?
Oh, no.
She told me to come by, go grab something real quick. I was like, I know she did.
Oh, my gosh. Really quick shout out to our recent people who dropped into the show. Hey, Sean Reader. Hey, Focus. How are you? Thank you so much for joining in. You're watching So Extra 215 here on WTMC Live 215, and we are in the middle of our news and nonsense segment. We have a couple minutes left, so we can certainly get into some other stories that I saw come across. So I wanted to talk about this story that came across my timeline because I'm already biased as hell. I can't stand one and I love the other. Can you guess who?
Yeah, of course.
Terry Crews drags D.L. Hughley for mocking his sexual assault allegations. So there's a trigger there. I don't think they're going to get into any details of what happened to Terry Crews, but that's the subject matter that we're about to get into. I've always been a fan of Terry Crews. He's so amazing. Mm-hmm. And anytime I see the word drags across my computer screen, I'm going to pop in and just see what's going on. I'm so damn messy.
Facts. Me too.
I'm so messy. Like,
listen,
anytime.
I'll be 500 comments deep in a Facebook argument and not saying anything.
Scrolling, be like, well, who is this? Click their profile, be like, they from Florida.
They look racist.
They from Florida. Okay, then go back to the thread. Woo! Anytime anybody is dragging someone on the internet, I'm definitely like behind the shades, just peeking down, like,
facts.
What y'all talking about? Oh my god, that's hilarious. And then be messy with a laugh react emoji.
That is 100% me.
Mess. So D.L. Hughley came under fire Sunday when actor Terry Crews slammed the comedian on Twitter for comments he made last year mocking Crews's alleged sexual assault. In a video posted to YouTube on August 2018, Hughley is asked during an interview with Vlad TV. All right, we could probably stop right there. Vlad, just like...
Because that way about Vlad, too?
I mean, he's fine, but I feel like his intro should also be... I'm a drama queen. What is it? I'm a messy bitch and I live for drama. Like that. Vlad is so messy, but he has that way of speaking like he's doing a Vice interview. Like,
and it just makes people spill all their tea. It's like, dude, you're talking about the murder you did last week.
And you are going to jail. And he always gets people in their feels. I don't know what it is. What I'm saying. Like, I don't know what it is. But as soon as I saw this, I was like, oh, okay, here we go. What he thinks about the whole Terry Crews thing. Now, that right there is broad as hell. Like, how you just going to ask, how do you feel about the whole Terry Crews thing? But he did this to a couple other people. He asked a really open question, and people choose to box themselves in to a really bad clip. Like, this is exactly what he does every single time. And I don't think people even realize, like, if you're on The Breakfast Club, Charlamagne is going to ask you a messy-ass question from the jump. He going to pull something from a tweet that you sent out in 2016, or he going to say, yeah, you said it. I saw you. Your mom was a crackhead, right? You be like, damn, Charlamagne. Like, could you not?
Oh, Charlamagne is so messy.
Like, no, for real, though. You still. He looks people dead in their eye and talks to them like, yeah.
The DJ Envy one?
He was so upset. Oh my god, his light skin feelings. But all right,
the beige rage.
Beige rage. Wow. This is not colorism. I love everybody.
I would
Happy Black History Month, and I love all my light skin. Look, we got a whole rainbow going on right here. It's just a chocolate.
Y'all okay? Y'all are okay.
I'm just gonna. We gonna edit this out. It's live, but I'm just gonna edit all that out.
Y'all be cool sometimes.
So Vlad asked what D.L. Hughley thought about the whole Terry Crews thing, referring to the actor's allegation in 2017 that Hollywood talent agent Adam Bennett had grabbed his nether regions, his twigs and berries, during a party the year before. And then D.L. Hughley, just from this quote, said a whole bunch of stuff. So this is the long one. I think it's hard for me to think that a dude with all those muscles can tell an agent not to touch it, can't tell an agent not to touch his ass. Hughley has said, I don't understand. I think that now everybody's so into the notion that it happened to me too. Hey, God gave you muscles so you could say no and mean it. Do you now? Now I'm gonna come. You know how I am. So I have to come. I have to come from the opposite side of the table and talk about like the fact that Terry Crews is a mountain of a man, right? And he has navigated Hollywood for a better part of 20 years. And it was, and you two are black men, correct? And I'm sure there have been times where you really felt like you had to control your anger or just even the way you react to certain things in order to keep things copacetic in your work environment, because he was in a work environment. He was at a Hollywood party with an agent. That's a work event, okay? He wasn't at a Walmart. No, I'm just gonna get my point out. I'm just getting my point out. He was at work, okay? So it's not hard for me to believe that no, he didn't make a scene, and no, he didn't just ball this dude up and throw him into an ocean for doing something like that for the sake of him trying to navigate his workspace and get out of there. Even if he had raised his voice, I'm sure everybody in that room would have thought there was a murder about to take place. Mm-hmm. So his personality is, I've observed, always like a cuddly teddy bear, a very friendly person. The way he is, the way he presents himself, is a very nice person. So for D.L. Hughley to push back on that, I was just like, I don't know. But y'all seem like y'all had some things to say. Sam is on the mic as well.
Okay.
I'm going to let y'all go. How do y'all feel about what D.L. said?
So first off, I'm completely on your side.
Yes.
I understand. D.L. Hughley's like 5'10" or something like that?
Maybe that. I feel like we the same height. Actually, that's with his hat. That's with the hat on.
Yeah, that Arby's hat.
That's with that damn cowboy 10-gallon hat he got on top of his head. And we love you, DL. He's in Philly now, too.
Right.
So
hey.
we don't run off.
No. Once you get a certain height as a guy, other guys just see that as like destruction. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. There's like a respect someone will give for you because they think you could beat them. Add the muscles on top of that, and as someone of a certain height, you have to be very aware of the people around you, because they'll scream bloody murder if you brush past them too hard. So I'm pretty sure Terry Crews grew up knowing how he's seen. He's an imposing guy. Like, he could scare someone with a gun, like, without having. So if he put his hands on this guy, he's probably shook from this dude having the audacity to do it. But two, if he put his hands on a guy, no one would have been on his side, no matter how right he was in the situation.
He would have still been trying to explain it. To this day, he would have been trying to explain it.
Behind bars, by the way, with a bullet in him.
Girl,
Sam. He didn't want to look like an angry black man. I get it. Mm-hmm. But I still would have punched him. Mm-hmm. Maybe not in that room, but at some point. But
I get that.
It's Hollywood, so you can't go around beating up agents because you probably never get another agent. So Terry Crews made the right decision. But I'm just saying, I still agree. I'm in that strata mode.
Yeah, it's like I get why
I understand why he did it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I understand a lot. I need my job.
I would have done the same thing in the same situation. But if somebody punched him, I'd be like, yeah, he deserved it.
Yeah, justified. But I guess my whole thing is that I just respect the amount of restraint.
No, I respect Terry.
You know what I mean? And the amount of professionalism and what it took in that moment.
I'm 100%
to be like, he got like 18 kids and a wife he's been with forever. So he's like,
and I think she was with him when it went down. So he was like, okay, this is a thing, and me and my wife, you know what I mean? She was like, yo, don't embarrass me. You're not black woman, always gotta corral you and like.
You just if you've never taken a black man's face and looked into his eyes trying to be like, we not getting arrested today. Like, if you haven't done that, when you're trying to like bring somebody back to like
up here, you gotta
reality, let's think about this for a second. So good on him.
She probably called him Terrence, his real name. Terrence. Terrence. Look at me, Terrence.
They probably got a code word or something like that. She's just like, blueberry marmalade. He's like, you right. I'm bugging. I be tripping. So, and that's a real thing. So, what I don't understand with the point of D.L. Hughley, but he's kind of trash. Like, D.L. Hughley has a really good way of like, just, I don't even know how to explain it. That he just, I don't know. He always says things that I feel are a little short-sighted and very like, you've been around long enough for you not to be saying stuff like that. That's what I feel.
I think he got taken out of context, though.
It's possible.
Just based on the person who was doing the interview.
No. I think I've seen that, and I think while I disagree with DL, I saw where he's coming from. Like I understand. I think he was like more on this brother's side right here, where he's like, I would have punched him, and he's like,
listen, you gotta watch that guy. Like he's very, very that fine line between you slandering somebody and you giving up all your guts. Vlad plays in that area. Like he plays there.
He's one of the reasons that Arab is arrested, and that's a thing. Hot take. Allegedly.
So here's the deal. Maybe you should. I don't know. Can somebody explain this to me? And I don't know who does these rappers PR, but like, what is the idea? The idea that you have of when you have an open case, I'm gonna go on a press junket. Why do y'all keep doing this? And it's never like they're never prepped, they're never prepared. They come into these interviews not in a right mind, like, and then just all it is a mess, and don't have nobody in the room with them to be like blueberry marmalade.
Listen. Listen.
Okay.
Can we 21 Savage? His
we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that in a moment. Yes.
Okay. All right. Because that time.
I'm gonna say this is nonsense. DL Hughley. Say it to Terry Crews's face. I'm gonna leave it there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it there. News of nonsense.
My boy 21 Savage.
Oh yes. So I saw it. Pardon me, timeline. That was just for you. And I kept going because I was like, all right, we're going to dig into this. So while I'm searching for the article, you want to inform people about why 21 Savage is back in the news?
My boy 21 Savage in the news right now because he's getting arrested and deported by ICE because he's been a secret Englishman this whole time.
Bruv,
right. Are you serious, bruv?
Are you mad? Are you mental? What?
He has bad cash. He should be able to get out. I don't understand
amazing. Is that's real? He's really British?
Yeah.
Do we have any video 13. Or audio of him speak? So he really took on this whole like trap rap persona?
I mean, you can 14 is old enough where you can like
get
it.
Okay, see, I really didn't read this article at all.
He was like 13, maybe 14 when he moved to Atlanta, and that's long enough
to pick it up. Yeah, that's at least half your life or a little bit more than that. All right, so federal
didn't pay to stay. Can't you pay? Did he buy his way in?
He probably didn't know any better.
Yeah,
this time though.
I was listening to some radio interview. This music agent who's a really big name in hip hop. He is from the UK, and he basically was explaining how he would just hop back and forth, let his visa run like, and hop back and forth. He did that for like 5 years before immigration caught up with him and like tried to like So you just gotta stay under the radar. You can't
they're not really looking for Englishmen. They're looking for brown.
They look exactly.
Like
so
Mexicans.
I'm gonna dig into the facts as they were provided by Fox 29 because only great sources here. Federal authorities detained the rapper known as 21 Savage during an immigration enforcement operation in Metro Atlanta Sunday morning. Agents said the man, whose real name is Shia bin Abraham Joseph.
Ooh.
All the books of the Bible. Golly!
As soon as I said his name, I had to stop and put my finger on it. Like, all right,
Christians. Yes.
Yo.
All the characters in the Bible is in the country illegally and is also a convicted felon. Okay. The rapper, songwriter, and record producer was taken into custody by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement for overstaying his visa. The 26-year-old is a British national who arrived in America at the age of 14. According to the feds, authorities said under the terms of his non-immigrant visa, 21 Savage was required to leave in 2006, a whole 13 years ago.
How did he? So he got here and
just overstayed his visa. So
no, I know people who've done that, but I'm saying 2000. So you got here. You were here for what, like a year? And
basically,
like, all right, you gotta go.
You gotta go. And he was like, "Nah, I'm all right." And I guess, when you're 14, I wouldn't have known how to navigate, like get my naturalization. Like, I wouldn't know how to do that. But at some point, you would be like, oh, yeah, I got to figure that out. And he was just like, nah, I'm going to just be a millionaire, and then they can't kick me.
Right. Oh, man. He got that felony.
If you had all that money, I'm sure you could have paid an immigration lawyer to get this taken care of with no problem.
Sis, I was listening to him on the way here.
Slick Rick got sent back to Jamaica too, right? A long time ago. Not again, but a long time ago.
I was about to say.
Yeah, he was deported.
I was listening to 21 on the way here. He has a song called 4L, right? Ooh. And it ties into what you were talking about, rappers snitching on themselves. He was saying, he was like, I swear to God, I killed somebody on something street. I hit my chopper right here. And I'm like, why are you doing this to yourself? This is a coffin. That's the coffin. Those are the nails.
That's not something you want to do. Yeah, I blame music engineers and producers.
Like, yeah, that's fine.
I blame people in the studio just on their phone like.
Right. I would stop right
there. That was fire,
you sure you don't want to say allegedly? You sure you want to say allegedly then?
You sure you don't want to third party this and maybe throw in a story and rename this character real quick?
Shouts to Nipsey Hussle for telling a story about his friend getting shot and him being nearby. He never incriminated himself.
I just watched the whole thing go down. That's how hip hop used to be.
Right.
He used to just be an observer.
I might have had a blicky on me. I might not have. But yeah, I mean, somebody got shot. We drove him to the hospital and hit the drugs.
Horrible. The feds say he was convicted on drug charges in Fulton County in 2014. Officials say more charges are possible. So more to come. Like, when they just like, so we're going to start with drug charges and we just going to keep digging, contact other counties and just do a good scrub to pull up some other charges. Damn. Ugh. Man, well, good luck, 21 Savage. He's actually one of my favorite rappers to be featured on any song. If 21 Savage is featured on a track, it's going to be fire. Fight me. Like, he's the best. No, it don't matter who it is. Beyonce and 21 Savage, it's going to pop. 21 Savage and Celine Dion. It's going to be amazing. Like, he going to come in and out.
He say the raw things. Oh, my. 21 Savage
He's like a sniper. That boy is good. That boy is
and he's
good.
not, but he's so good. Like, I don't know how to explain it.
I don't know what it is, but he just always be like, so that's the beat? You just want me to hop on? You just want me to do, like, a quick couple bars? I got you. Be like, wow, that was really perfect. He's good. He's good. And I know that sounds like an underhanded compliment, and it is to be like...
Yeah, he's a high tier...
You so good as a feature.
He's a low tier rapper, but he just raps well. I don't know how to explain it.
So this hour has gone so quickly as they always do, but I wanted to make sure that I take the time while I'm on the air to give a couple of shout outs and to tell you guys about some awesome events coming up in the near future. First, Malachi, I want to make sure that you get a chance to plug anything that you might have going on, how people can find you on social media, and how they can find you on that dating app about things you hate.
Well, you can find me on Instagram at mortality_kills, or you can find me on Twitter, cussing out J. Cole at Baby Boy Booker. He said on that song, 21 Savage song a lot, he said some niggas make millions, other niggas make memes, and I immediately added him like,
he was
just
triggered.
at me next time.
Triggered.
Just at me next time, J. Cole.
That's like broke dudes only make jokes. That's like the new. That's exactly what that was. He was like, I shall channel Jay-Z. It was like, I got one better for 2019. You was hurt inside.
I was walking to work and I was just like, oh.
You felt it in your body. But first of all, my memes is fire. Don't even
right.
Don't
right.
do
I got
that.
like 20,000 shares on 2 memes alone, brother.
That the retweet game is nasty. Like, you don't want it. Damn. Well, I'll stay tuned. Malachi is a very enjoyable person on the internet as well as in person, so make sure you follow him. He's certainly a treat. He's very funny in person and online. You just give me my life, so that's why I invited you on the show. Real quick, as you all know, in addition to holding down this show, I have a number of other jobs. One is stand-up comedian. Another one is showrunner, and I wanted to make sure that I tell you guys, because February and March is going to be bananas. Like, it's already booked up, but there's one event happening at the end of the month that I'm going to tell you about right now because it's my show that I'm running. It's called Secret Sauce Comedy Show. So what's happening is I'm partnering up with Sultry, which is a group up in New York, and we're doing a mix-up. So we have some bomb artists, comedians coming from New York City, as well as some Philly favorites at a secret location. We have liquor sponsorship, which means if you just come, you will drink for free. And it's going to be a really, really dope time. I can't tell you where it's going to be because it's a secret show, but you should follow me on social media, So Extra, SOOO_XTRA on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me, Nicole Phoenix, all over the interwebs. Make sure that you check that out because the show's going to be bananas. Also want to take a moment to say thank you for everyone who was a part of the Mad Ethnic Comedy Festival that just happened last weekend. Whoa.
How'd that go? That was great.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I should have started off the whole show. I usually ask people how their weekend was, and I didn't start with that. It was so awesome. I'd worked on this project with 3 other comedy producers and showrunners, Malika Carpenter, as well as Ben Cuss and Chris Esperance, and it was a huge turnout. We had 6 comedy shows over 2 days in 2 venues. We had people like King Cobb and Lemaire Lee and Brandon Mitchell from All Black, you know them.
Guys, yeah.
The homies, as well as improv from K Comedy and Night Shift. We had stand-up. We had Cat Mosley show for my people. It was really, really bananas. So I wanted to say thank you to every single person who came out, bought a ticket, shared it on the internet, our sponsors, like everybody. It was a pretty big deal. So I just wanted to say thank you while I had the opportunity to do that while we were on the air because it was really, really cool. Please make sure you stay tuned because Mad Ethnic Comedy Festival is going to be coming back next year. We might have some fun activities for you guys over the summer. And that's all I got. Malachi, any final words? Anything you want to leave with our listeners and our watchers today? Viewers?
Malcolm X can't beat me in foosball. That's what I'm leaving.
Wow! I wish I had a soundboard so I could do the like we all whose show is that? When they do the bomb dropping every time they got bars. Who is that?
That's like
half
that's
everybody.
But
that's everybody.
The 20th anniversary Back That Ass Up is the 24th of February. So this is going to be a great Black History Month.
Okay, so I'm thinking that we should do, like, as an act of resistance, is everyone twerk to Back That Ass Up at City Hall.
Oh my God.
We're going to talk about that, and I'll have more information about that maybe next Monday, but we're going to talk about this offline because I think that's what we all need. Y'all, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. I just blew his brain apart right now. I love y'all. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching and listening. So Extra 215 Radio and WTMC Live 215. We out. Have a great rest of your week. Bye-bye.
See ya.
And then I get to do this because it's awesome.